Jackie needs to choose who she wants to date, Kelso or Hyde. Stick around for a surprising ending and learn some useful English phrases and vocab that will boost your conversational skills. First, we'll watch part of the clip with subtitles.
Son, here's $10 for gas.
No way. Thanks.
Well, I just want to make sure that you get out. I mean, that you get, all the way there.
Okay, guys, I made a decision.
So who's it gonna be? Tall and hot or short and kosher? Would you shut the hell up and let her talk?
Okay, look, I had to ask myself a really hard question. Who do I love most?
Now we'll break down the video and learn key vocabulary.
Son, here's $10 for gas.
No way. Thanks.
Bucks is a slang term for dollars or money. For instance, I just found $5 on the floor. Or, the car costs about 5,000 bucks. Gas is short for gasoline, which is what cars run on. A lot of countries around the world, like the UK, say petrol, but in America, we say gas. And no way is a casual and friendly way to express disbelief or surprise. For instance, did you hear school was canceled tomorrow? No way! Some similar expressions are oh my gosh or shut up, but be careful with your tone with the second phrase. You need to keep it surprised and lighthearted or it can come across as rude. In this scene, Eric says no way because he's happy and shocked his dad is giving him gas money.
Son, here's $10 for gas.
No way. Thanks.
Well, I just want to make sure that you get out. I mean, that you get, all the way there.
Make sure is used anytime you need to confirm or guarantee something. For instance, make sure to turn the lights off. You are confirming that whoever you're talking to will turn the lights off. In this scene, it's about Red confirming that Eric will actually leave the house. When someone says, get out, they're asking you to leave. For instance, get out of my room. But be careful because depending on your tone, it can sound a bit rude or harsh.
Well, I just want to make sure that you get out. I mean, that you get, all the way there.
Okay, guys, I made a decision.
So who's it gonna be? Tall and hot or short and kosher?
Decision refers to the choice or conclusion someone reaches after thinking about it. For instance, my decision is that I want to go to Disneyland. The complete verb here is to make a decision or to decide something. For instance, did you make a decision on where you want to eat? Or did you decide where you want to eat? So when Jackie says, I made a decision, it means she has come to a conclusion. An expression similar to this that you can use in daily conversations is to make up your mind about something. For instance, Jackie hasn't made up her mind about which guy she wants to date. Kosher originally comes from Judaism and refers to food that is prepared according to Jewish dietary laws. So what Kelso is saying here is actually pretty offensive. He's saying Hyde is Jewish because of his hair and using it as an insult, which is never okay. So if you use kosher in the future, only use it to refer to kosher food. In this scene, Kelso is trying to insult Hyde by basically telling Jackie he is the obvious choice since he is tall and hot, meaning handsome, and Hyde isn't a good choice.
Okay, guys, I made a decision.
So who's it gonna be? Tall and hot or short and kosher? Would you shut the hell up and let her talk?
Okay, look, I had to ask myself a really hard question. Who do I love most?
Okay, look is a casual way to start a sentence, often used to get someone's attention or to signal that you're about to say something important. For instance, okay, look, I got a job in Miami. I start next week. Another way of doing this is by saying, listen up. For example, listen up everyone, you can leave early today. Most is used to indicate the greatest amount or degree of something. For instance, I love dogs the most, meaning out of all the animals in the world, dogs are my favorite. The opposite of most is least, which is used to indicate the smallest amount of degree of something. For instance, I love snakes the least, meaning out of all the animals in the world, snakes are my least favorite. So in this scene, Jackie is about to tell Hyde and Kelso something very important. She is going to tell them which one of them she loves the most.
Would you shut the hell up and let her talk?
Okay, look, I had to ask myself a really hard question. Who do I love most? I mean, and the answer was so obvious. It was staring me in the face the whole time.
The phrase, I mean, is constantly used by natives to clarify or emphasize a point you're trying to make. It's like saying, what I'm trying to say is, or my point is. For instance, I mean, I can do it. It can also be used to correct oneself or to add more details to a previous statement. For instance, I love hiking, I mean running. I'm using I mean to correct myself because I meant to say running, not hiking. Obvious means very clear and easy to see or understand. For instance, the answer to 1 + 1 is so obvious. Staring me in the face is an idiom that means something is very clear and right in front of you and it's obvious, but you didn't notice it. This phrase is used a lot in American TV shows and movies to talk about love. Someone who has been in your life for a while, but you never looked at them in a romantic way and now you do. So in this scene, Jackie is telling Hyde and Kelso that she didn't know why it took her so long to decide which one of them she wants to date. She then uses an idiom to express that the choice was very clear. Idioms and metaphors are used so often in everyday English, but when you're in the middle of a YouTube video or learning English with traditional apps and resources, it can be complicated to actually understand what these phrases mean and make it difficult for you to reach your true potential. This is why I recommend learning English with FluentU. On FluentU, you learn by watching authentic videos in English like movie scenes, TED Talks, and music videos that all have context-specific definitions in their interactive subtitles. So when you see an unfamiliar word, idiom, or metaphor, like in this scene with the word bummed, you just click on it to see the exact definition along with real-world example videos.
Bummed the way I left things with Ross.
After each video, you can take a personalized quiz and answer speaking questions so you can actually practice your fluency and pronunciation. If you're serious about learning English, you can try FluentU for free by signing up for a 2-week trial using the link in the description below. Plus, FluentU is currently having a sale, so now's a great time to check it out.
I mean, and the answer was so obvious. It was staring me in the face the whole time. The person I love most is me. I love me most.
You choose you?
Choose is a verb that means to decide between different options. For instance, when I'm at the ice cream store, I always choose chocolate. Another similar verb that's a bit more informal is to pick. For example, did you pick roses or lilies for your wedding? So when Hyde is saying, you choose you, he means that Jackie has made a hilarious decision to pick herself over one of the guys. In other words, she is prioritizing her own needs and interests over theirs. This can be seen as selfish or self-centered, but also sometimes necessary.
The person I love most is me. I love me most.
You choose you?
Look, if I could run across the beach into my own arms, I would.
Run across means to move quickly on foot from one side to another. For instance, I'll run across the soccer field. A lot of people confuse the words across and through. Across refers to the movement of someone or something on, at, to, or from the other side, while through implies the movement of someone or something from one side to another in an enclosed space. For instance, he crawled across the room versus he crawled through the doorway into the kitchen. Run across the beach paints a picture of a romantic scene, often seen in movies where two people in love run towards each other on a beach and embrace. Usually when you run across the beach, you run into someone else's arms, like your significant other or spouse. But here, Jackie says, into my own arms, so she's replacing the other person with herself, showing a high level of self-love. Make sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying today's video, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos like Learn English with Inside Out.
Look, if I could run across the beach into my own arms, I would.
Wait. So where does that leave us?
I'll figure that out after I spend the summer by the pool.
Leave typically means to go away from, like leave me alone. but in this context, it means the position or state someone is in after an event. So when Hyde says, "Where does that leave us?" he wants to know what Jackie decided about their current situation or relationship. Figure out is a phrasal verb that means to find a solution or understand something. For instance, I love figuring out Sudoku puzzles. Or, I can't figure out why sales are down. So here, Jackie is basically telling Hyde and Kelso she doesn't want to date either of them right now, and she will try to understand her emotions while thinking about it during the summer.
Wait. So where does that leave us?
I'll figure that out after I spend the summer by the pool. I feel this would be a lot clearer when I'm much tanner.
Clearer is the comparative adjective for clear, which means transparent or see-through. Like, this window is clear. So you use clearer instead of clear when you're comparing two things. Like, this window is clearer than that window. But clear also means to understand. Like, I am clear on the math lesson today. You can ask this in a meeting when explaining something, like, is everything clear? And respond by saying all clear when someone explains something to you, meaning I understand. For emphasis, you can even use the expression crystal clear, so it's 100% clear. So Jackie is using this definition of clear to compare time. So things will be clearer after summer compared to how they are right now. Tanner means having a darker skin tone, usually from spending time in the sun. Different countries and cultures have different beauty standards, and in America, it's considered really beautiful to tan or get slightly darker skin from the sun. So it's a popular activity to tan by the pool or beach, especially in the summer. So when Jackie says, "a lot clearer when I'm much tanner," she is saying she looks better or feels better about herself when her skin is darker due to spending time in the sun. To make all these idioms even clearer, make sure to download our free PDF vocab guide with all this useful information from today's video. The link is in the description.
I feel this would be a lot clearer when I'm much tanner.
A bunch of crap, man. Now, freaking girls.
Bunch means a number of things growing together, like a bunch of grapes. But it also means a lot, like, wow, you have a bunch of shoes. So when Hyde says, "a bunch of crap," it's a slang way to say that something is nonsense or not fair. Man is similar to saying dude or bro. It doesn't necessarily need to be said to a male, but it definitely is something you only say to your friends. Like, "Hey man, what's up?" Don't call your boss man. It might come off as unprofessional or rude, so make sure to only use it with close friends and family. Freaking is a mild expression used to emphasize annoyance or frustration. It's a more polite way of saying a stronger curse word. For instance, "that freaking hurt." You're emphasizing how much it hurt or how painful it is by adding freaking. So when Kelso says, "freaking girls," he's showing his irritation with girls in a less offensive manner. Now let's test your knowledge and watch the clip without subtitles.
Son, here's $10 for gas.
No way. Thanks.
Well, I just want to make sure that you get out. I mean, that you get all the way there.
Okay, guys, I made a decision.
So who's it gonna be? Tall and hot or short and kosher?
Would you shut the hell up and let her talk?
Okay, look, I had to ask myself a really hard question. Who do I love most? I mean, and the answer was so obvious, it was staring me in the face the whole time. The person I love most is me. I love me most.
You choose you?
Look, if I could run across the beach into my own arms, I would.
Wait. So where does that leave us?
I'll figure that out after I spend the summer by the pool. I feel this would be a lot clearer when I'm much tanner.
A bunch of crap, man.
Now, freaking girls.
Well, that was awkward for Kelso and Hyde. Another awesome group of friends who are also put in an awkward situation, Rachel and Chandler, helping Ross move his new couch into his apartment. And it doesn't work out the way it should. Let's see what happens, and of course, learn some practical English words and phrases along the way. I'll see you over there.